This is alarming. A private meeting was held about you yesterday and 2 people are removing you. Don't scroll, listen to this, because this message is meant for you and your heart needs it right now more than you realize. Something happened behind your back that your spirit has been feeling even if you couldn't explain it with words, and your angel has been trying to get your attention through those sudden waves of anxiety, those moments of heaviness, those dreams that felt like warnings, those repeating numbers like 444, 777, and 1111, all signs that something in the unseen realm shifted around you. Yesterday, while you were living your day, thinking everything was normal, 2 people spoke your name in a private conversation, and not with love, not with support, not with good intentions. Your angel says, their words were rooted in jealousy, insecurity, and fear of your growth. These individuals have been watching you rise, watching you evolve, watching you become more confident, spiritually aligned, emotionally stronger, and instead of celebrating you, they felt threatened by you. And when insecure people feel threatened, they scheme. They plan. They talk in circles. They move in shadows. These 2 people sat together and decided you were becoming too much, too strong, too aware, too elevated, and they began plotting to remove you, from their space, from an opportunity, from someone's mind, or from an environment they want to control. But listen carefully, their plan was born from fear, not power. They see something in you that they lack. They sense a strength in you they can't handle. They feel overshadowed by a light you don't even realize you're carrying. And because they don't know how to grow, they try to shrink others. But here's where the divine twist comes in. The moment they spoke your name with negative intention, your spiritual protection multiplied. Your angel, your guides, the universe stepped in instantly, because what they planned in the dark was seen by the light. Your angel wants you to know something crucial. You were not meant to be removed. You were meant to be elevated. Their plot isn't hurting you, it's exposing them. Their whispers aren't blocking you, they're revealing their true character so the universe can clear them out of your path. These people were never meant to walk into your next chapter. They carry energy that would have slowed you down, drained you, or betrayed you at a much deeper level later. So the universe is letting them show their real selves now. And you've already felt the shift, haven't you? Those sudden moments where you felt like someone pulled away. Those times you sensed tension but couldn't explain it. That weird emotional discomfort that hit you randomly. Your intuition wasn't wrong, your soul was picking up on their conversation long before your mind knew. Spiritual sensitivity is not paranoia, it's protection. The heaviness you felt recently wasn't your imagination. It was your spirit sensing betrayal, sensing plotting, sensing misalignment. But your angel says, do not fear. What they meant for harm will turn into your breakthrough. Their attempt to remove you is the exact moment God uses to reposition you. Their jealousy is the fuel behind your elevation. Their insecurity is the reason you're being redirected to something better. They think they're blocking you, but the truth is they're clearing the path for your upgrade. And while they strategize against you, the universe strategizes for you. New opportunities are being opened. New connections are being aligned. Doors they're trying to close are being replaced with ones they can never touch. What was said in secret is being reversed in heaven. What was planned in darkness is being dismantled by divine light. And your angel ends this message with a truth your spirit must hold tightly: they will not remove you. The universe will remove them. Everything they tried to take from you will multiply. Everything they tried to block will accelerate. And everything they tried to dim will shine brighter than ever. This is not a warning of loss, this is the announcement of your rise. And as the hours after that secret meeting unfold, the spiritual realm begins shifting in ways you can feel but not fully understand yet, because the moment those two people spoke your name with the intention of removing you, the universe initiated a powerful realignment designed not to break you, but to break every hidden plot formed against you, and your angel has been whispering signs to you ever since. The sudden chills, the unexpected moments of clarity, the feeling of being watched but also protected, the strange emotional heaviness followed by an unexplainable peace, all of it has been your intuition picking up on the battle happening in the unseen. These people think they're moving strategically, but what they don't know is that the universe already exposed their motives to your spirit long before they acted on them. That's why you've been feeling off around them, why their energy feels fake, why their smiles feel forced, why their interactions feel stiff, why certain comments from them suddenly felt different, heavier, more intentional. You're not imagining any of this, your soul has been warning you, preparing you, positioning you. And while they're planning to remove you from something they believe they have control over, the universe is preparing to remove them from access to you, because their presence in your life has reached its expiration date. What they don't understand is that you're spiritually chosen, energetically protected, and divinely guided, and anyone who tries to dim or derail you ends up exposing themselves more than they expose you. These two people have been sensing your elevation for a while. The glow in your energy, the strength in your voice, the confidence in your steps, the intuition sharpening day by day, and it makes them uncomfortable because they can feel you surpassing them even if you're not aware of it yourself. They're watching you move differently. They're watching you heal. They're watching you break generational cycles. They're watching you grow spiritually in ways that intimidate their stagnant spirit. And because they cannot match you, they attempt to remove you, hoping their absence from your path will weaken you. But instead, the universe redirects their attempt and uses it to strengthen your path. Every time they whisper your name, the universe blesses you twice. Every time they plot, your path becomes clearer. Every time they move against you, destiny moves you higher. And right now, both of them are being spiritually exposed, not always in loud ways, but in subtle shifts. People around them beginning to question their motives, their masks slipping, their energy revealing itself, their intentions showing through small cracks they can no longer hide. Meanwhile, you start to feel the emotional release that comes when God pulls you away from people who were pretending to support you while secretly wanting your downfall. You may feel moments of sadness, moments of confusion, moments of wondering why you feel disconnected from them, but these emotions aren't signs of loss, they're signs of detoxing. The universe is cleansing your energy from theirs. You'll start to notice that things around you suddenly fall into place with ease, a new opportunity shows up unexpectedly, someone you didn't think noticed you begins supporting you, a project opens up, a connection strengthens, a blessing arrives out of nowhere. This isn't random, this is divine replacement. Everything they tried to block is being accelerated. Everything they tried to delay is being fast-tracked. Everything they tried to remove you from is being replaced with something bigger, something more aligned, something that belongs to you without question. And here's what your angel wants you to understand deeply: their plan was never about removing you, it was about revealing themselves. You needed to see their true intentions before stepping into your next season. You couldn't take them with you into the blessings that are coming. Their presence would have contaminated your path. Their spirit would have drained your momentum. Their jealousy would have sabotaged your elevation. So the universe allowed their quiet betrayal, so you would finally stop giving loyalty to people who only offer convenience. And now, as they think their plan is unfolding, what they don't realize is that God is about to remove them from the very position they thought they had control over. Their access to you is ending. Their influence around you is dissolving. Their power over your path is collapsing. Because the universe is stepping in, and when divine intervention arrives, no human plan can survive it. You are not being removed, you are being protected. You are not being blocked, you are being redirected. And you are not losing anything, you are being positioned for everything. And as the spiritual storm around you intensifies, something even more powerful begins unfolding behind the scenes. A divine reversal so strong, so precise, so unexpected that the very people who tried to remove you are now becoming trapped by the very plans they created, because every word they spoke in that private meeting is boomeranging back onto their own energy, and your angel is saying, "Stay calm, everything hidden is about to surface." You may not know the details of what they said, but your spirit felt the shift. That sudden chill in your chest, that uneasy moment that came out of nowhere, that feeling of being spiritually watched yet divinely guarded, that restless sleep you had the night after their conversation. Your soul recognized the threat long before your mind did, and that's why your intuition has been louder than normal, warning you, guiding you, pulling you away from certain people, places, and conversations. Meanwhile, these two individuals are becoming tangled in their own web. They're trying so hard to manipulate circumstances, trying to twist narratives, trying to shift perceptions, trying to paint you as something you're not, but every manipulation they attempt is backfiring. People they expected to influence are beginning to see through them. Their words aren't hitting the way they used to. Their charm feels forced. Their lies feel shaky. Their confidence is starting to crack. Because when someone tries to remove a person who is spiritually chosen, the universe removes them from the position of influence. And that removal has already begun, you just can't see it fully yet. But you feel it. You feel the energy around you becoming lighter. You feel the universe nudging you into new spaces. You feel connections shifting in your favor. You feel opportunities opening that these people would have blocked had they stayed in your life. They underestimated something major. Your spiritual backing. You are not walking alone, every step you take is surrounded by divine protection, ancestral strength, and universal alignment. And because they didn't know who they were plotting against, they activated something they can't control: spiritual karma. Their intentions have consequences, not because you wished it, but because the universe guards its chosen ones fiercely. You are stepping into a season where hidden enemies will reveal themselves accidentally, where people who pretended to care will start slipping up, saying too much, acting strange, breaking character, and exposing their motives without meaning to. And at the same time, people who are genuinely meant for you will gravitate toward you naturally, offering support, validation, and clarity without you asking for it. The veil is lifting. Their plan is unraveling. And the universe is orchestrating a powerful shift. The very thing they tried to take from you will be handed back to you doubled, blessed, and protected. And while they scramble, trying to keep their lies consistent, trying to act like nothing is wrong, trying to hide their nervousness, something else is happening. People around them are starting to notice the cracks. Someone they confided in is questioning their intentions. Someone they involved is feeling uneasy. Someone they tried to manipulate is seeing the truth. A chain of revelations is beginning, and once it starts, it cannot be stopped. You are not the one being removed, they are being spiritually isolated, emotionally exposed, and energetically blocked. And your angel says something powerful: you will not need to fight. I am fighting for you. So instead of stressing, you will feel peace start settling over you in the coming days. A peace that doesn't even make sense considering what's happening, a peace that feels like a gentle hand on your heart, a peace that whispers, you're safe. You're chosen. You're protected. And as this divine reversal continues, you will begin to rise, not quietly, but visibly. Your glow will return. Your confidence will deepen. Your energy will strengthen. Opportunities will come out of nowhere. People will begin praising what others tried to sabotage. Doors that were closed will swing open effortlessly. And when this elevation happens, those same two individuals who planned to remove you will have to watch silently as you rise higher than they ever expected. They will be unable to stop it, unable to block it, unable to interfere, because God is lifting you in a direction they can't follow. And your angel wants you to hear this with your whole heart. What was meant to break you became the very foundation that lifts you. Their secret meeting didn't destroy you, it exposed them, empowered you, and activated your next chapter. And this is only the beginning. And as this divine unraveling continues, you begin to witness something almost surreal. The more these two people try to move against you, the more their own plans fall apart in front of them, almost as if the universe is intercepting every attempt they make, flipping it upside down, and returning the consequences to their doorstep with precision they never saw coming. And your angel keeps repeating, "This is why you don't retaliate. Heaven already handled it." You start noticing subtle shifts. People who once seemed persuaded by their lies suddenly becoming distant from them, opportunities they thought they secured slipping out of their hands, the confidence they once walked with turning into quiet discomfort, glances that reveal guilt, conversations they try to avoid because deep down they know the spiritual tide is turning against them. They are starting to feel the weight of their own intentions, not because you wished for revenge, but because the universe is restoring balance. And meanwhile, something inside you is changing, your intuition becomes sharper, your inner peace becomes stronger, and the emotional fog they tried to create around you begins to clear like mist dissolving under sunlight. You start feeling more grounded, more aware, more aligned. It's like you're stepping into a new version of yourself, one that sees through manipulation, one that recognizes fake energy instantly, one that no longer tolerates what drains your spirit. And the universe is elevating you to a frequency where these two people can't even reach you anymore. Their words bounce off you, their plans fail before they begin, their energy no longer penetrates your aura. You begin to notice that every part of your life that once felt stuck is now moving, opportunities opening, clarity arriving, people showing you unexpected support, and signs appearing everywhere, especially 555, 666, realignment. 1212, and 999, all confirming that an ending is happening not to break you but to free you. And these two individuals are feeling that freedom too, not your freedom, but the freedom of being exposed. They're starting to argue with each other, feel tension between themselves, blame each other for things going wrong, because betrayal has a way of turning on itself. The partnership they formed in secrecy is crumbling because it was built on envy and insecurity, emotions that cannot sustain unity. And as their alliance falls apart, they try desperately to regain control, but every attempt becomes messier than the last. They try to paint you as the problem, but people are starting to see the truth. They try to push you out of something, but the universe pushes you right back into a better position. They try to manipulate your reputation, but their own words reveal more about them than they do about you. And while all this chaos surrounds them, you remain strangely protected, not untouched by emotion, but untouched by harm, as if an invisible barrier surrounds you, shielding you from the negativity projected your way. And in the midst of this, your angel whispers, "This is why you had to be still. This is why you had to trust. This is why you had to let me do the work." Because the divine is setting the stage for a radical breakthrough in your life. And that breakthrough begins with the removal of anyone who doesn't have the heart, the integrity, or the loyalty to stand beside you in your next chapter. So you'll notice people falling away, quietly, unexpectedly, sometimes painfully, but every departure is divine. Every ending is protection. Every loss is a release. And soon enough, something incredible happens. You rise in a way nobody expected. Including you. You rise spiritually, emotionally, mentally, financially, even socially. You rise in opportunities that were once blocked. You rise in confidence that was once dimmed. You rise in clarity that was once clouded by their energy. And you'll watch, silently, gracefully, without bitterness, as these two people realize that the person they tried to remove is the very person the universe is elevating. And that realization hits them harder than any confrontation ever could. You don't have to seek revenge. Your elevation is the revenge. Your peace is the revelation. Your glow is the confirmation. And the universe is making sure the same people who plotted your downfall have front row seats to your rise, not so you can gloat, but so they can learn the spiritual law they violated. You cannot dim a soul that is chosen. And as you continue rising, something even more powerful clicks inside you. You begin to understand that everything they meant for your removal was actually the catalyst for your rebirth. That betrayal was not a setback, it was a spiritual awakening. And this chapter, though painful, becomes the one that turns you into the strongest version of yourself. Your angel whispers, "You survived what was meant to destroy you, and now comes the part where you thrive." And as the spiritual tides shift even more dramatically, something extraordinary begins unfolding that neither you nor the people who plotted against you expected, because while they believed they were silently shaping your downfall, the universe was silently shaping their exposure, and now everything they set in motion is spiraling out of their control with a speed that feels almost supernatural, and your angel keeps whispering, "Watch closely. This is where justice and destiny collide." You'll start to notice that conversations around you become unusually revealing. Someone slips and mentions something they shouldn't know. Someone hesitates when you ask a simple question. Someone looks uncomfortable when your name is brought up, and these tiny cracks in the surface are hints that the lie they built is collapsing under its own weight. They are losing grip, losing confidence, losing the false power they thought they held over your life. And while they scramble to maintain their facade, you begin rising again, not quietly, but with a glow so undeniable that even strangers notice the shift in your energy. You'll feel lighter waking up, more grounded throughout the day, more intuitive about who belongs near you and who doesn't. The universe is awakening your spiritual eyesight, allowing you to sense deception like a vibration, feel dishonesty like static in the air, and recognize genuine souls instantly. And at the same time, the two people who tried to remove you are starting to feel the consequences of their actions. Every lie they spoke becomes difficult to maintain, every plan they created becomes tangled, every attempt to control the narrative now works against them. They are losing influence, losing trust, losing favor with the people they once swayed effortlessly. Their own circle is questioning them, sensing something off, noticing inconsistencies, and feeling pulled away from them in ways they can't explain. This is divine separation. Your angel is isolating them so that when their karmic downfall arrives, no one else is pulled into the storm they created. And while this unfolds, the universe begins pouring blessings into your life from directions you didn't even think to look. Unexpected support, sudden opportunities, random messages that shift your path for the better, people stepping forward to help you without being asked, doors opening that were previously locked, and a sense of acceleration that feels like destiny itself picking up pace. Everything begins to align, not slowly, not eventually, but rapidly, because once the wrong people are removed from your energetic field, your blessings are free to reach you without interference. And the very thing those two individuals tried to take from you, your reputation, your opportunity, your place, your peace, comes back to you doubled, restored, and spiritually protected. You become untouchable in a way you weren't before, not because of arrogance, but because you endured a betrayal that upgraded your spirit. You're no longer naive, no longer blind to intentions, no longer giving access to those who haven't earned it. And at the height of your elevation, something powerful happens. They realize they didn't just fail to remove you, they pushed you into your breakthrough. They see you glowing. They see you rising. They see you walking in rooms they tried to keep you out of. They see people supporting you louder than ever. They see your confidence growing in a way that intimidates them more than your presence ever did. And this realization is crushing for them because they wanted you small, silent, dependent, unsure of yourself. But instead, you became everything they feared: stronger, wiser, spiritually aligned, mentally unshakable, and protected by forces they cannot compete with. And your angel wants you to hear this clearly: you were never the one being removed. You were the one being revealed. Revealed as chosen. Revealed as resilient. Revealed as divinely guided. And now the universe is positioning you for an even bigger shift, the moment where everything you lost, everything they tried to take, everything they tried to block becomes irrelevant because your blessings will overshadow their betrayals so massively that their actions will look insignificant in comparison. You will rise to a place they cannot reach. You will step into opportunities they cannot access. You will receive favor they cannot sabotage. And the final twist is this: the same people who whispered against you will later whisper about you, not out of malice but out of awe, because they will have no choice but to admit that what they tried to destroy was something God had already strengthened. Their meeting yesterday didn't write your ending, it triggered your next chapter. And now, As the universe continues rearranging everything around you with a precision that feels almost otherworldly, a deeper revelation begins to rise inside your spirit. One that explains why this betrayal hit so hard, why your intuition was screaming for weeks, why the emotional pressure felt heavier than usual, because what those two people attempted to do wasn't just a personal attack, it was a spiritual test, a karmic threshold, a moment designed to determine whether you were ready to step into the next level of your destiny, and your angel whispers, "You passed the test without even knowing you were taking it. You didn't retaliate. You didn't break. You didn't fold into the confusion they tried to create around your name. Instead, you held on to your integrity even when everything around you felt spiritually chaotic. And now the universe is rewarding that. You'll begin to notice a powerful shift over the coming days. People who once stayed neutral suddenly stand up for you. Someone who was silently watching steps in to support you in a way you didn't expect, and those two individuals who spoke against you begin losing their grip on every space they once controlled. Conversations that used to favor them now subtly question their motives. The respect they once commanded starts slipping. Their influence weakens like a cord fraying strand by strand. They can feel it. The loss of power, the unraveling of their image, the silent judgment from others who are starting to see through their facade. They're uncomfortable, anxious, restless, because when you plot against someone protected by the universe plots against your plot. And while they are drowning in their own sabotage, you begin to rise in a way that feels effortless, natural, almost divinely orchestrated. Opportunities begin flowing toward you. Some old ones revived, some new ones appearing out of nowhere, and your spirit feels lighter, safer, more grounded. You begin to trust yourself again, trust your intuition, trust your inner voice that warned you long before your mind caught on. The emotional fog that once clouded your vision clears, replaced by clarity so sharp you can see people's intentions instantly. And with that clarity comes peace. A peace that doesn't come from having all the answers, but from finally understanding that the universe never let you walk into a room where you weren't meant to be protected. And now these two individuals are realizing something terrifying for them but liberating for you: their plan didn't work. Their words didn't stick. Their energy didn't penetrate your spirit. And the more they tried to remove you, the more it became obvious that you were never meant to be removed. You were meant to be repositioned. Your angel says, "They tried to dim a light I placed in you. They touched what should have been left untouched. And because of that, karma has already stamped your name with elevation and stamped theirs with exposure. You may not see the full fallout yet, but trust this, the unraveling has begun, and once karma starts moving, it does not stop until balance is restored. You'll begin feeling detachment, not forced, but natural. Your heart no longer reaching for people who don't deserve your loyalty, your mind no longer overthinking their actions, your spirit no longer tolerating their energy. This detachment isn't coldness, it's healing. It's spiritual protection. It's elevation in motion. And something else is happening beneath the surface. The universe is preparing to replace the spaces those two tried to block with opportunities far greater than anything they attempted to deny you. You're being lined up for rooms where you are not only welcomed, but valued. For people who see your worth instantly, not reluctantly. For connections that elevate you, not drain you. For environments that reflect your growth, not your past. And just when those two individuals think the dust has settled, the universe will deliver the final blow, you rising in a way they cannot deny, cannot ignore, cannot escape. They will have to watch the success of the person they tried to sabotage. They will witness the glow of the soul they underestimated. They will see your name praised in places they tried to erase you from. And the most poetic part? You won't feel the need to gloat. You won't need validation. You won't need revenge. Because your elevation will speak louder than any confrontation ever could. And your angel whispers the truth that defines this entire journey. They thought they could remove you, but you were being lifted to where they could never stand. What they meant to break you has become the proof that you were chosen all along. And as this spiritual shift gains momentum, something even more profound begins to awaken inside you, a kind of inner strength you didn't even realize you possessed, because the universe isn't just exposing those who moved against you, it's building you into someone whose energy can no longer be touched, manipulated, or deceived, and your angel whispers, you are stepping into your unshakable era. You start noticing changes in yourself, not loud changes, but subtle, sacred ones. The way your voice carries more authority, the way your boundaries strengthen naturally, the way you no longer apologize for protecting your peace, the way your intuition has become razor-sharp, catching lies before they're spoken and sensing intentions before they're revealed. And as you evolve, the two who plotted against you begin feeling this shift like a spiritual backlash. They notice your glow returning, your confidence rising, your presence becoming harder to overlook, and it unnerves them. They expected you to crumble, to question yourself, to shrink, but instead, you are expanding. Their plan didn't weaken you, it awakened you. It activated the parts of you that had been sleeping, the resilience that had been buried under hurt, the clarity that had been dulled by confusion. And now, while you grow stronger, their energy grows unstable. They sense their influence slipping through their fingers like sand. They try to regain control, but nothing sticks the way it used to. Conversations feel awkward. People look at them differently. Their usual tactics fall flat because the universe has stripped them of the spiritual leverage they once held. And this is when something unexpected happens. Silent discomfort begins spreading among the people around them. They start receiving side glances, subtle questions, hesitations, doubts. People who once sided with them now feel something is off. And this shift isn't accidental, it's divine. Your angel is revealing truth through intuition, not just yours, but others. Meanwhile, your path begins to widen. You feel it in your chest, like destiny is stretching open a door you didn't even know existed. New opportunities begin flowing to you, not slowly but rapidly, like rain after a long drought. Conversations turn in your favor. People speak highly of you behind closed doors. Someone influential notices your consistency. Someone unexpected wants to collaborate. Someone you barely thought paid attention starts advocating for you. These blessings aren't random, they're spiritual compensation for what you endured. The universe always repays. Always. And as you begin stepping into these new spaces with confidence, grace, and a renewed sense of self, those two people who plotted against you start realizing something painful. You're not only recovering. You're rising higher than before. They see it happening in real time. They see doors opening for you. They see people celebrating you. They see your name being lifted, praised, spoken positively. And internally, it shakes them. Their fear grows, not of you, but of the truth that they underestimated someone who was divinely protected, the truth that their intentions have consequences, the truth that karma didn't miss them. And they begin distancing themselves from the situation, pretending nothing happened, pretending they weren't involved, pretending innocence. But the universe is not fooled. Their energy is being exposed. Their motives are being revealed. Their alliances are breaking apart. Their stability is slipping. And you? You're becoming untouchable. You're being guided into a chapter where no weapon formed against you can prosper, where no lie can stick, where no betrayal can break you, where no hidden meeting can remove you. You're stepping into a season where everything meant for you arrives effortlessly, the right people, the right opportunities, the right connections, the right blessings. And your angel is preparing you for something bigger than the betrayal, bigger than their plot, bigger than their jealousy. Because what's coming next in your life requires a stronger version of you, a more intuitive version of you, a more spiritually aligned version of you, and that is exactly who you're becoming. You're not just surviving the attack, you're evolving because of it. And something deep in your spirit already knows this is only the beginning of a story that ends in your elevation, not your removal. And now, as everything reaches the turning point the universe has been quietly preparing you for, the truth begins to settle in your spirit like a soft but undeniable revelation. Everything that happened, the secret meeting, the plotting, the betrayal, the tension, the intuition, the emotional storms, was never about breaking you, it was about unveiling who you truly are and positioning you exactly where destiny needed you to be. And your angel whispers, this is your final chapter in the old version of your life. You begin to notice a powerful calm settling inside you, not because the situation was easy, but because your spirit finally understands the divine timing behind every painful moment. The two people who tried to remove you are now facing the energetic consequences of their actions, their alliances crumble, their influence shrinks, and the truth follows them like a shadow they can't outrun. They're realizing that the moment they moved against you, they stepped out of alignment with their own path and triggered a karmic chain reaction that cannot be undone. Meanwhile, you rise. Not in silence, but in undeniable, radiant elevation, the kind that even your own reflection can feel. Opportunities begin gravitating toward you as if pulled by a magnetic force. Conversations shift, doors open, unexpected support flows in from directions you never imagined. You're stepping into rooms your enemies prayed you'd never enter, receiving blessings they tried to block, being seen in ways they hoped no one would notice. And the universe is doing all of this with perfect timing, making sure your elevation is visible enough that the same people who plotted against you have no choice but to witness your ascension. But here's the most powerful part, you don't rise with bitterness, or gloating, or vengeance. You rise with grace, with peace, with a new understanding of your worth, and that is what truly devastates those who tried to break you. They expected you to fall apart. They expected you to fight, panic, crumble, or retaliate. Instead, you leveled up. You transformed. You became wiser, stronger, more aligned, more intuitive than ever before. And this evolution becomes your greatest protection. Your presence changes. Your energy sharpens. Your aura becomes impenetrable. You no longer question yourself. You no longer shrink to make others comfortable. You no longer tolerate energy that drains or deceives you. You stand in your truth, anchored, grounded, and illuminated by divine favor. And as your path expands, something even more miraculous happens. The universe begins connecting you with people who genuinely see you, support you, uplift you, and align with your purpose. The fake ones fall away, the real ones step forward. You enter a season where every opportunity feels aligned, where every connection feels meaningful, where every step feels guided. And in this new season, the betrayal that once hurt you becomes nothing more than a distant memory, not because you forgot it, but because your blessings overshadow it so massively that it loses all emotional weight. You finally understand why you had to be pushed out of the wrong spaces, because the right doors were waiting for you to walk through them. And when those blessings arrive, the opportunities, the connections, the breakthroughs, you will feel something sacred in your chest, something you haven't felt in a long time: gratitude. Not for the betrayal, but for the protection disguised as betrayal. Because now you see the truth: you weren't being removed, you were being rescued. You weren't being sabotaged, you were being redirected. You weren't being attacked, you were being activated. And as you stand in the fullness of your new chapter, glowing in a peace that cannot be shaken, walking in purpose that cannot be denied, your angel whispers the final message that seals this story into your destiny: they tried to erase you from a chapter, but I was preparing you to write the whole book. And that is the moment you finally understand that the universe didn't let them win, the universe used them to show you who you were meant to become all along. Your ending is not their plan. Your ending is your elevation. And the world is about to witness it.